No, guys, I'm excited to be part of this. Yeah, this is great. So, okay, so first question. So you guys want to know what we've been up to and what we've been working on? Well, let's get into it.
You know, making these products is it's a lot of fun. It takes me back to me when I was a kid. You know, I loved building gear. I liked playing with stuff, and I'm really like a kid in a candy store over here. And you know, unfortunately, or fortunately, I guess most of the team is very childlike in their discipline and their creativity. So you got to take the good with the bad there and try to channel all that energy into something constructive.
You know, I've worked with Dan for over 30 years, and it's been a joy working with the guy. He's an extremely humble guy. I mean, you know, he's very creative in his own right, but he just keeps it very low-key and humble at the same time.
I get gifts all the time, and I just received this from one of my adoring fans, and this just kind of says it all, doesn't it? It's good to be king.
You know, they called me in to kind of take a look at it and give my opinion on it, and that was a big deal to me, right? And the other guys on the team, and I wanted to make more of a suggestion. You know, I wanted to put an emphasis on it so people knew that this was Emotiva. This was the reason we did it.
Oh, what's it like to work with guys like Lonnie and Dan and the team? Oh, I mean, dude, it pales in comparison to anything I can compare it to. I mean, the blatant nonsense and general creativity is pretty quite astounding. I don't think you'll find it many other places. And I mean, they'll tell you about it themselves any chance they get.
This is where Lonnie normally works, and I'm really not supposed to be in here, but it's my company, so screw them. And but I like to see these little lines here, and once in a while they let me push this button over here on the mouse. I'm afraid to touch it now because I'll mess something up, but when I do that, the lines move, and that's pretty exciting, and I feel very smart when I do that. And then I can refer to these graphs and these charts here and these numbers, and you know, what can I say? Well, it's a challenge, I've got to tell you that. A lot of ideas floating around the building. Some of them good, some of them not so good. So my job is to filter out the wheat from the chaff, you know, pretty much. Take all that crazy input from a very creative team and try to turn it into something that's producible and saleable and you know, helps extend the Emotiva, you know, brand philosophy out there in the market. But I got to be candid with you, we waste a lot of time and energy over here.
I mean, feedback from customers, I think, is one of the coolest things. I mean, as a brand, we're pretty transparent, we're pretty open with guys, and we like talking to our customers. So we get asked all the times, like, hey, can you give us any details, any secret things that you guys are working on? And especially when it comes to this project, because we have a couple of people that have kind of figured some things out. I mean, they'll come to me, or Dan or Lonnie, Jake, any of the guys, and be like, you know, can you tell us anything about this product? What's it about? What is it? And unfortunately, we just have to say nothing.
You know, when you're creating something, you know, and it's not just me, it's the whole team here. Everybody here is wonderfully creative, and when you're actually making a product, when you're actually developing that piece, you know in your head what it's going to be like. You know what it's going to sound like. But when it's done, there is nothing like that first time you fire it up and you actually get to listen to it and play with it and just go, wow, that's something special.
This new baby we got is, I'm so excited about it, I don't know where to start on it. I mean, the concept, the physical execution of it, the design, the amount of work that's gone into it has been, you know, just incredible. And I think that when our customers get a hold of this thing, they're going to just be speechless, really. Words don't describe it.
Something that I've been really happy with is just knowing that the engineering team had this vision, right? And it's not one person, right? It was a group effort. And it was something that it really just made people take a step back and look at previous work throughout time. You know, we've always done phenomenal products. And that's something that we looked back and we said, hey, take what's back there, like literally what's back here, right? There's nothing behind me here, okay? And we look at what's in front of us now. And what's in front of me now is the table I lean on.
I mean, the passion was palatable. I mean, I think even in one of our more recent podcast episodes, I mean, there was a lively discussion where I feel like we've kind of let some breadcrumbs loose along the path here to letting everybody know what we've been working on.
I'm just making sure that
Add more
we
shit.
deliver.
I'm telling you,
exactly what we're saying we're going to do.
Jake, we worked out the phase angle. It's great.
Yeah.
As long as that's done, that's fantastic. Because
Unconditional
I think that
instability
that's
is what he's looking
something
for. That's
people
it.
are going to love.
Yeah, but will it natively play the lowest hertz it can?
Not natively. That's
Down to
something
5
that we
hertz.
can force it.
Yeah.
We can force it, but that's not something that we
If
should
you're
be
gonna force it,
recommending
Jake,
to
you need a
people.
bigger hammer.
When we looked at the unit, right, and we looked at how tall it was and how deep it was, we wanted to make sure that ultimately it had the building blocks of a good piece of hi-fi gear. We made all sorts of compromises in the right spots, okay? So it's still a no compromises product. It's just that some compromises were done in certain spots to make it better than what it was.
I mean, the team, honestly, I mean, we've put together some cool products in the past. I mean, there's the Airmotive Stratos, the ERC-FD, the Airmotive Brown Note. I mean, those were some groundbreaking projects. But honestly, they really pale in comparison to what we have accomplished here.
So yeah, the new one, man, I'm telling you, it's sweet. The guys worked so hard. They took the dual diff epitaxials and they just pushed the noise floor down till it was just in the dirt. I mean, it's really cool. Let me go show you. All right, so we're gonna go over how they push the noise floor down. This is really cool. You're gonna love this. So let's fire it up. Yeah, let's fire it up. Yeah. Who's been messing with my bench? Struggles? Oh yeah. We have them every day. Just that's part of the development of anything, right? There is nothing you can do that is worthwhile that's not going to have some kind of struggle applied to it. And you just have to push through it.
They brought it down from 0.6 to 0.8, and they made something that when you look at it, it has the integrity, it has the drive, it has the performance, the power, the bit rate, the resolution, everything that you'd want in it.
Beyond revolutionary, evolutionary, as well as revolutionary. I mean, when you see it, it makes perfect sense. Like, why didn't everybody else think of that? I don't know, but they didn't, so we did. That's the Emotiva difference.
Referring back to that other podcast, you know, we did have some deleted footage that we never showed of Dan presenting it, but it was a little early at the time. But I mean, I think without further ado, you could probably check out the clip here.
See, it's going to be
Absolutely.
fantastic.
So can you do the whole snap fingers and we can show it?
You want to do that?
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's go
All
ahead.
right.
Let's just show them. Let's just give them a sneak peek.
The miracle of post processing or post editing. What do you call it? In post.
In post.
Whenever I do something wrong, Nick says, "Don't worry, Dan, I'll fix it in post." All right. I'm going to do the magic thing. 1, 2, 3.